Usman Nurmagomedov had his Bellator debut on Friday. There seems to be a person pulling at the strings. Islam seems to be the future of the UFC lightweights, and Usman may be the future of the Bellator lightweights. Khabib's plan to dominate is beginning to roll. Welcome back, bow throwers. This is Throwing Bows. Let's roll. I'm Jose. I am here with Maria.
Hey, everybody.
And I am here with John.
What's up, everybody?
All right, so let's just jump straight into it. Let's go round one. Get that on the clock. Usman Nurmagomedov made his Bellator debut at 255. He won a unanimous decision over a game Mike Hamill. Usman moved up to 12-0. So let's play report card. John, what grade would you give Usman's performance at Bellator 255?
I'd probably say B minus, C plus,
Okay.
Somewhere in that range. I thought the first round, there was a lot of nervous energy. I thought, at least on his part, his opponent was kind of, all over the place. So I guess once he settled in and got his rhythm, he was fine. Like, you start seeing he's a completely different fighter than, the other guys out of that camp.
Yeah.
So he likes to throw hands and feet. He likes to beat people up with his striking skills.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw different parts of that as the fight went on. So it'll be interesting to see.
Okay. All right. And Maria, moving it over to you, what grade would you give Usman?
I think that I'm pretty much where John is. I would give him a solid B. I don't think that his performance blew me away. But that's because we have a very high bar for anyone that's coming out of Habib's camp. So that said, it was a very good performance. And if he's coming from any other camp, I'd give him an A. But where he's coming from, the reputation that kind of precedes him, I agree with John, a ton of nervous energy. It took him almost a round and a half to really get settled in. And then after that, I felt like you saw him really kind of picking up the pace a little bit. His striking was pretty crisp. His leg kicks were good. I would have liked to have seen the finish, but we didn't get a finish. So I think a solid B plus.
Okay. All right. I see what you guys are saying. All right. So let's just go right into round two then. Let's not make much of this. So Patricio Pitbull is the current lightweight champ. Usman is a few fights away from challenging. He's 12-0, but he's not there yet. He needs a couple of more tune-up fights before we can say he is the lightweight contender at Bellator. So, unlike his cousin Khabib, Usman's style is actually closer to Islam Makhachev's in UFC. And I apologize. You could definitely comment our Dagestani fighters and let me know exactly how to say the last name. I am not offended. But Islam and Usman, they appear to say, I actually want to stand up. I do not want to take you down. Khabib is a little bit more of a double leg takedown kind of guy, and he wants to grind you out. Islam and Usman, they really do like staying on the feet. They will use their wrestling if they have to. They will defend takedowns if they have to with their wrestling, but it is not their bread and butter. And so they would rather stand and bang. Especially since Usman is actually a Muay Thai guy, he would rather stand and bang first. So let's play Name That Fighter. Maria, based on the new rankings for Bellator, who in the top 10 is the next best fight for Usman?
I think it's Aviv Ghazali.
Okay.
The Israeli is 5-0, so he is also undefeated. And Ghazali has an affinity for submissions. So literally all 5 of his wins have been by some form of submission. He's mixed it up. It hasn't just been one bread and butter choke.
Right.
He's got arm bars. He's got anacondas. He's mixing it up. And I really like that for Usman for a couple of reasons. Reason number one for me is the fact that we know he likes to strike. We
Yeah.
know it. There's no
Yeah.
question about that. However, in order to be a champ, a future champ, he needs to be tested on the ground as well. I think
Yeah.
that if you think back to early in Khabib's career, you know, people thought that the route to try to beat him was taking him down, and then they realized, holy shit, I don't want to be down here with this man. I think that in order to be a complete champion and to have that dominance, we need to see what he can actually do on the ground against someone who wants to be there. Will the grappling be strong enough to get it done? Or is his striking going to be so great that that somebody who wants to go down on the ground with him never even gets a chance? So I think it's an intriguing fight. I also feel like in looking at the rankings, he's just high enough. I think that, let me see, he's the number 9 fighter. So
Okay.
with Usman just joining, only having this first Bellator fight under his belt, I
Yeah.
don't think that it's logical or technically fair to the other fighters to give him anyone too high up in the rankings. So
Yeah.
I think that a number 9 is good. It'll be a good test for him.
Fuck
Let's see
their
what
feelings.
happens.
There's that too. Okay, so yeah, no, I get you, Maria. I think that with Usman, he definitely needs to keep in mind who the lightweight champ is at this moment, and that is Patricio Pitbull. We will be doing another segment on him in a little bit, but that guy can bang on the feet, but he can also submit folks too. So I think that it's very important to understand who the top dog of your weight class is. And I agree with you. Usman may want to get a couple of more grapplers in there first, because the champ has no problem on his feet, but he'll also try to submit you just as quickly. So yeah, okay. I like that. I like that pick. John, same question for you. Who would you choose as the next opponent for Usman?
I've got 2.
Okay.
First one, Benson Henderson,
Ooh.
former champ. Kind of, I'm going to say it, on the decline, but he's still got a name. So he fits the mold of somebody like for Usman to fight. And since we talked about the champ's brother, let's throw his brother Patricky into the mix.
Ooh. We're just taking this young Dagestani fighter straight out of the pan and putting him into the fire.
Just to prove a point here, it was written down. I'm not freestyling this.
Listen. Okay. Really quickly though, John, come on, man. Aren't we tired of seeing these new up and comers get guys that are way past their prime? Like, wouldn't you rather see Patricky over Henderson? Like, I feel like that's a no brainer. If you're gonna shoot for the stars, shoot for the stars. And Patricky is the fight. Like, Benson Henderson, congratulations, you beat an old guy.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I mean, you don't want to have him. You maybe don't want to have him run through everybody on the way to the belt. Maybe give him a name or two that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Maybe have him work on some. Have a fighter test him in ways, in some areas that he may need to, work on. So maybe that fighter that you match him against does that.
Yeah.
I think Henderson, depending on which chin shows up, could test him on the ground.
He could.
Or stand and bang with him. Patricky, he can do it all. He's there for it. He's there for it.
Patricky is nasty.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and if nothing else, then it just kind of starts this thing of, the Pitbull brothers and Team Dagestan or the Eagles. You know what I mean? Like, it just gets a nice little rivalry going on in there. So
it's a nice narrative.
Yeah, just a nice little narrative. I like that. I like that you went big names there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that'll end round 2. Let's get into round 3. Let's enter the Terror Dome. And here we go. I think I'm seeing a plan come together for Coach Khabib, who, by the way, he ended his fighting career at 29-0. He is now 4-0 if he is in your corner. pretty good. Umar has won with him in the corner. Islam has won with him in the corner. Abu Bakr is now won with him in the corner. And now Usman is won with him in the corner. So he is now 4-0. And if you don't believe me, go check all the memes on Instagram. At his pre-fight interview, when asked why Bellator, Usman stated that he saw Bellator as open water. AKA Habib told me that since Islam is in the UFC and he's a lightweight, that I should probably come to Bellator because we don't necessarily want to like match up against each other. So let's role play for this last round. John, you are Habib. You are considered a GOAT. Are you going to be satisfied ending your career when you did, as long as Islam and Usman win lightweight straps in their different promotions?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Shows my dominance. Give myself a big giant pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, honestly though, I think he will be.
Okay.
You can see the joy in him, when he's talking to his fighters or teammates, however you want to say it, before the fights, and then during the rounds, and then even after they win, you can see the genuine joy that he's expressing. So I think he's right where he wants to be. I think he's very much like his father. He wants to help the next generation come along and do well. So I think you'll see Habib fill that role.
All right. And so, Maria, you get to be Ali Abdelaziz, the manager. We've seen in the past that good friends don't like fighting each other. For instance, Anderson Silva didn't want to fight Lyoto Machida. Will you keep Usman and Islam in different promotions for all their careers, or is there a scenario that you could pull them under the same promotion and they would have a super fight?
I think neither. I think what happens is at some point, to further exert the dominance of the camp, you can have them under the same promotion, but definitely in different weight classes. One of them either goes up or down. And the reason that I think that is that as a whole, and we've talked about it before in talking about Habib specifically, is that there is a tremendous sense of honor and loyalty and respect in how he has navigated his career and how he looks for his fight team to navigate their careers. So as such, it doesn't behoove anybody within their sphere to have two of them having a quote unquote super fight against each other. What looks a lot better is we're dominating multiple weight classes in whatever division or in whatever promotion we're in, or in multiple promotions. So I think Usman stays in Bellator until he gets the strap. But then I think after he gets the strap, I can see him coming over. And like I said, there just being some shift in the weight. If I'm Ali, I never want them to fight each other.
Okay. But you are Ali. You are an Egyptian who fought for a little while. And
they're not going to fight each other.
Okay.
We're going to secure all the coin. We're going to secure all of the coin. We're going to secure all of the coin for our camp. And we're going to get as many belts within this camp as we can. Okay. That's it.
All right, Ali.
That's the first truthful thing Ali said out of his mouth today.
Well, no. John, let me give you one more truthful thing.
Oh.
Henderson Usman is stupid. That man is on a 4-fight lose streak. Why would you put him in front of this kid?
Ali.
I'm just going to leave that there. We want to challenge because we want to dominate. Henderson's not a challenge. Continue.
Ali, okay.
You want easy paychecks and the attention, Ali. Shut up, you snitch.
Well,
bastard.
All right then, everybody. Ali, thank you so much for showing up on the show.
If you don't believe me, just Google it.
I mean, we live in that times. We live in those times. All right, guys. That'll end round 3. Those were our takes. Thanks so much for tuning in. Leave a comment to let us know what you think. Also, you can hit us up at Bows Throwing. That is our Twitter handle. If you don't want to leave a comment here below, but we try to take pride in getting back to you guys as soon as possible. For all of our Dagestani viewers, if we mispronounced any names, or if you just want to like give us some tips on how to pronounce the names, we are more than open. We do not think that we know it all or anything like that. You let us know. We apologize if we did pronounce anyone's name wrong. I would be more than happy to learn how to say their name correctly. And so with that, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace. We're out.
Bye, guys.